Hi guys, thanks for listening. Sorry, we're canceling the meeting tonight. My parents are flying in, and Matthew is actually speaking at an alumni leadership tonight. So I'm stuck with myself, but I didn't want to leave you guys with nothing since we had to cancel last week. So I'm just going to share a few things that I learned at the leadership conference that I wanted to talk to you guys about tonight anyways. And I think they'll be good things for you guys to kind of think about. And as we head into a new week of a new Beachbody week, we can kind of focus on some new things, especially as we start a new month. So I hope you guys are all doing well, and it's the last week of the month. So I hope you guys are all pushing towards that Success Club goal. If you've set one for yourself, if you've hit it, please celebrate yourself in the team page underneath the file section so that we can give you a shout out next month. I don't like to miss people, but I do only go by that sheet, so make sure you're filling out that Google Drive document. So if you haven't hit yet, hopefully what we talk about tonight can kind of set you in motion to either hit it by the end of the month or set you up for an awesome February. Also, if you have questions, if you have specific situations, or if there's something specific that you're struggling with, you can always reach out to me, even if I'm not your direct upline, or you can, make sure you reach out to your upline and share the information that you have with them so that they can coach you and guide you through those situations. That's what we're here for. So feel free to use us. Also in the file section, you can go in and there's a ton of challenge group post ideas, and there's a ton of conversation templates that you can use to make sound like you, but you have a template, so you don't have to create it out of the blue. You have a guideline for that. So make sure you're using those tools and putting them into action to help you hit that Success Club goal. Or maybe it's just to help someone get started on a program, try Shakeology for the first time, and just get comfortable with the whole idea of Beachbody and what we stand for. So I'm going to jump right into it, and I'm just going to go over what Jeff Hill talked about. And he is just awesome. If you've heard him speak on the National Wake Up Call, he's the one that welcomes us and kind of gets us started on that. He is the Executive Vice President of Global Sales, and him, Carl, and Michael Neiman are the ones that really drive the network and lead us to where we are. So he had an awesome presentation of what got you here won't get you there. And so I'm just going to talk about a few takeaways and things that I would love for you guys to start thinking about, and we give you guys some tasks that you can start implementing. And the first one is I want you to think about what your reality is right now. And no matter what your reality is, do you believe that despite your reality, you can succeed, and do you have faith in the end outcome? And I love that he talked about that, because there are so many of us that are struggling with the reality that we're working full time, or we have kids, or we have a spouse that maybe isn't overly supportive of the business, or maybe we're struggling with self-confidence, or maybe we're struggling with our own fitness and nutrition, and how are we going to get people, to be intrigued with this? So despite what's going on, despite the reality, if it's negative right now, do you believe that you can succeed, and do you have faith in the end outcome? And I think that's huge. And you've heard me say before that we believe in you, your upline believes in you, and that's why we invited you on this journey with us. But we can only believe in you so much. You have to have that belief for yourself. So going into that, I want you to think about, what is the end goal for you? Some of you on this call, it's going to be to pay for your Shakeology. Some of you, it's going to be to be able to pay for daycare. Some of you, the end goal is to retire and make this your full-time income. We all have a different end goal. And maybe you're on this call and your first end goal was to cover Shakeology, but now your end goal is to leave your job, and your end goal is going to change. You've heard me say that my end goal when I first started was to make $300 or $500 extra a month to help us cover babysitting and date nights and Shakeology. And now my goal is to pay off all of our debt so that we can live a financially free life. And that's harder. It's easier said than done, but we're working towards it. And that's my end goal, is to have that happen. And despite the chaos that's going on, despite sick kids and busy lifestyles and pregnancies popping up unexpectedly, and my husband's busy job and traveling, and despite all that, I know that my end outcome can happen. It just might not happen this year. It might happen next year, but I know that it's coming, and I believe in myself, and I believe in in this company and I believe in our team that it can happen. So what is your end goal? What does that mean for you? Because everyone's going to have something different. So kind of think about that. And maybe you need to talk to your spouse, or maybe you need to talk to your upline. Maybe you need to take a day or two and really think about what you want out of this business, because I think that's going to be a really huge driving force for how much effort you put into it. Okay? So really think about those things and start implementing that, and start every time you sit down for your power hour thinking about that end goal and what this power hour means for you. So once you have that end goal in mind, or you have an idea, what is one thing that you need to work on to get there? Now again, we're all in different journeys with coaching. So we're all going to have, and we all have different strengths, we all have different weaknesses, we all have different things that we love to do and that we hate to do. So for me, like, I do not mind sitting down to do my power hour. It's when I feel the most productive. It really helps me. I know that I feel accomplished if I get nothing else done that day. Some people like to work on challenge group scripts. Some people like to work on graphics. Some people like to take pictures or, research recipes, which all grows your business, but some things move your business forward more than others. So what is one thing you need to work on to get to your end goal that you can start working on right now? I'm going to give you some ideas. We all know personal development can be a struggle because it's really hard to sit and read, especially if you're a mom, busy kids, working full time, or even if you're a stay-at-home mom with kids. Like, it's hard to kind of sit down and read. And sometimes at the end of the day, the last thing I want to do is open a book and absorb anything, and I would just like to sit and watch mindless TV. But I do know the benefits of personal development. I've seen the change in my life and in my business and my personal life by adding personal development. So if you're not already doing that, I highly recommend getting that into your daily routine. Now, if you have a commute, if you do travel to work, get some audio. You can go to Amazon and you can download audio, or you can go to audiobooks.com, and you can download the app on your phone. You can download it on your Kindle, and you can get audio. So you can plug it in and listen to it as you drive to and from work. There's probably a good half an hour of personal development just by traveling to your job that you do anyways. I know for me that I listen to it when I take a shower, when I'm getting ready. If the kids are sleeping during nap time and I'm cleaning up the house, I'll put it on. The National Wake Up Call when I'm driving to drop them off at preschool. I'm plugging in and listening to my personal development, or I have Christian music going that kind of gets me amped up. So think of those opportunities that you're kind of wasting time to get from point A to point B, that you could start implementing that personal development. Another good thing is if you guys have kids that are going to practices, bring your personal development book in the car, in your purse, and read it while they're at practice. The kids started doing gymnastics on Thursdays, and I watch them, or they're in there by themselves, and I just sit outside and wait for them to be done. So I bring my personal development book, I get some messaging done, and I focus on my business that hour instead of just scrolling through Facebook. So the second thing you might need to work on that you can start implementing right away is your power hour. Power of Threes, business activity tracker, however you track your business. I know that when I talk to some personally sponsored coaches of mine, that's a huge thing that they're not doing consistently every day. And you might not think it's a huge deal to miss a day or two during the week, but if you miss a day or two during the week, now you're 2 days behind. You're out 6 new people. You didn't follow up with people. You didn't invite 2 or 3 people. Maybe you didn't post for 2 or 3 days. Like, that all matters for your business and being consistent with that. If I can give you one piece of advice as to why I'm at where I'm at today, it's because I'm consistent. I don't do anything wild and crazy. I started working this business an hour a day, but it was consistently an hour a day, and it was consistently 5 to 6 days a week. I still only do 6 days a week. I try to give myself Sunday off, or try to, if I do work, it's extra stuff, but I've committed to that power hour. I've committed to that power of threes, and really focusing on that and drove my business. So maybe you need to focus on getting that power hour and setting a schedule so that you know when that power hour is going to happen. Number 3 is maybe you need to invite more. Maybe you're adding to your network and you're posting every day and you're forming people and you're building those relationships, but you don't invite people, or maybe you don't do a challenge group post. It's going to be really, really hard to get people involved in your challenge groups or involved in the coaching if you're not inviting them. So if you are sitting down for your power of threes and you're doing everything but inviting, focus on inviting for the next month. Like, make that your goal, your non-negotiable every day, to invite 1 to 3 people, and I guarantee you're going to see growth in your business immediately, because the more people you talk to, the more people you can help, the more people that you're going to attract. Number 4 is posting. This is a huge one. You guys might not think that it's a huge deal, because we do always say that a lot of the magic happens in personal conversation, but the personal conversations start because people see me posting on social media. People see top coaches never missing a morning or never missing a day of posting. They share their life, they share what's going on, and there's going to be days where it's super hard, and trust me, like I have failed, and maybe I've missed a day, or when we're traveling I take some time off, or whatever the case may be, but I put up a thing on my page that says I'm traveling out of the office, I'll be back on Monday, so they know that that's why I'm not posting. Other ways that you can help with that is get Hootsuite.com. You're not going to get as much traction because it's a third party, but if you're super busy on the go and you need to post to your personal page, I personally think it's better for you to have one scheduled post a day so that people do see your name, they do see some motivation, they do see a healthy recipe. So take some time on Sunday and maybe schedule 3 or 4 times throughout the week to kind of lessen that burden. We have some awesome training. It's a 7-day branding training. It's an awesome training to help you get comfortable of what to post and how often to post. The other one, we did that 1-week posting that Raina Odell did on the National Wake Up Call. So if you haven't listened to that, it was back in December, and it was rocking your business with social media. So if that's something you struggle in, start researching that and figuring out what you need to be doing, and listen to that call because it was really helpful. Meg ran a 7-day group. So maybe that's something we need to do. If there's enough of you that struggle with posting on social media, we can run a group like that. We just need, I need to know what you're struggling with so that we have those tools to start helping you. Being a product of the product is number 5. Making sure you're working out, making sure you're drinking your Shakeology. That's 2 posts of your day. And then, do something, post that you're doing right now. Post a motivational quote, and maybe you post a recipe or something just fun about you. But being a product of the product and sharing what you're doing every day. If I haven't been able to work out as much the last week, I have been able to, so I've been able to share that. But if you're not able to work out, like, you can still motivate people. You can use old pictures and give them a cool motivational quote and talk about a workout and talk about the benefits of it. Still make sure you're sharing that of what it's done for you, or share other people's transformations. I think that's huge too. And then number 6 is get engaged with the team. If you're struggling in your business, if you're doing everything else but you just feel like kind of disconnected, get engaged, get on the team calls, set up calls with your one-on-one calls with your coach. Look for a success partner. If you're looking for someone who's similar to you, post in the Team Fabulously Fit page, tell us a little bit about yourself, and just ask and say, hey, I'm looking for a success partner. These are my goals. This is my current situation. This is what I'm working on. I would love someone to come along this journey with me. And have that bond, have that relationship, and have that friendship, because I'll tell you what, like, that's what keeps me super motivated with this, is that I'm so connected with Meg's team and I'm so connected with my coaches that if I were to ever leave for a week, like, I would miss my friends, because these people become my friends and family. So get engaged and start, engaging in team calls and asking questions and sharing successes and posting on the team page. And those are all great ways for you to connect and engage yourself with the team. So the number 4 thing I want you to kind of work on, now that you have your one thing that you need to focus on and work on, is what is one thing that you can get rid of to allow you more time to focus on that one thing you need to. So I'm just going to real quick give you some ideas, and that's scrolling through the Facebook newsfeed. If you work on your computer, go into Google and search for the Kill the Newsfeed plugin. And that way, when you're on Facebook, you don't get sucked into the newsfeed. It's gone, 0. You see all your groups, you see all notifications, all your messages, but you don't see the newsfeed, so you don't get sucked in. I've even taken the app off of my phone. So the only way I can access Facebook is if I get it on my Internet Safari on my phone, which is not really that great. So scrolling through Facebook, TV. This is a huge one. I'm super guilty. You'll catch me more often than not working at night on my computer watching TV instead of a focused hour. But at that point in time, I'm just answering messages or doing fun stuff for my business. So, but get rid of the TV. If you watch TV in the morning, or you watch TV at night, or maybe at lunch you watch a half an hour or 45-minute show, get rid of that TV and just nix it. Or at least work while you're watching TV and be a little bit productive. But TV is a huge time sucker. You can always DVR, and I like to save my shows for the times that, my work stuff is done and maybe I'm folding laundry, or Matt and I will watch a show on the weekend together or something like that. So, number 3 is sleep. I know you guys don't want to hear that, but, when my business really blew up, and the 2 times it was when I was sacrificing sleep to get up at, 5:30 to do my power hour, because I didn't know what the day was going to bring with the kids, early on. And then this past fall, when I started getting up at 5 o'clock again for the Miracle Morning and investing an hour and a half in myself in the morning to focus on my goals, my visions, my affirmations, to really drive my business and my personal life forward. So you might have to make some sacrifices, and at the moment it might sting a little, but I promise, and I'm sitting here today telling you that it's every bit worth it to see your team, to see your clients, see the success that they're working for by just giving up a little TV time, giving up a half an hour of sleep, or skipping through scrolling through the Facebook newsfeed. So going off of that, because now you're going to get rid of something, you're going to focus on something. And then he talked about just going the extra mile of what's something you can do. And he related it to a runner who was training for an event, and he was a big cottage cheese eater. He ate really good, clean food, and cottage cheese was one of his foods. And he even went the extra mile to strain the cottage cheese. So he was getting all the extra fat out of it, and so he wasn't ingesting that. And he just correlated to that with that one extra step. Every single time he ate that cottage cheese made a huge difference in his body composition, which made a huge difference in his race. So what is something extra that you can do in your business, whether it's daily or weekly, that you can go the extra mile to see growth in your business? And I remember when I first started as a coach, that for me meant taking a half an hour, 45 minutes on the weekend and making some cool graphics on my phone with, my workout photos with quotes, or maybe I took a couple extra shots of recipes or food that we had that weekend, or me with my water bottle, or some scenery outside, or some sunrises or something, and just had some go-to pictures that I could just post throughout the week, and I didn't have to take time to create them. I have a video I can share with you guys that it's old, but it's still applicable and helpful, talking about what you can do on the weekends to help drive your business forward that aren't necessarily power hour or inviting related, but are still important for your business. So I want you to kind of think of what is one thing that you can do, that little extra. Maybe it's listening to a call, maybe it is scheduling out a few posts, maybe it's reaching out or following up with some past challengers every week. Maybe it's messaging your customers again if you haven't messaged them in a while. Just kind of think of things that you want to do that are fun for your business that aren't necessarily power hour related. And then number 6 is just to be disciplined. Now that you believe in yourself, you have an end goal, you have one thing that you're going to focus on and really start working on that's going to move your business forward. You've taken out something and you know something that you can go the extra mile with. Be disciplined in adding that into your week, and don't say like, oh, this came up or this came up. Like, my parents are coming tonight, my husband is going away, and instead of just saying, you know what, I'm just canceling the call, I'm being disciplined and I'm moving things around a little bit, and here I am so that you guys can have this call, so that you guys can move your business forward. And that doesn't just happen. That's discipline. That's being focused and knowing the end goal, and that end goal is to help you guys grow your businesses. So be disciplined, make time, schedule that time, and stay committed to the plan that you just put in place for yourself. And then number 7, really quick, is repeat and duplicate the systems that you have in place. And this is just something that they talked about at the New Leadership Conference, and so often I see so many new coaches want to come in and reinvent the wheel. And this is a business that you can get creative, and you can put your own spin on things, and you can put your own spunk and personality, and make really cool graphics that are more relatable to you than me. But you don't have to reinvent the system. You just kind of have to reinvent the wording a little bit. So, we have 21-day group templates. We have hammer and chisel templates. You have all that stuff in your coach online office. We have systems to help new coaches get started. Take all of that, ask your upline if there's a situation like, hey, do you have a template for this? Do you have a script for this? Post in the team page. I'm sure somebody, if I don't, somebody else does, because I try and share everything, every situation that I have ever encountered with you guys. And if there is a situation that comes up, like, tell me so we can get a video. I had a coach do that yesterday. So, I have on my list for next week to get a certain type of video up so that we can share that so you guys have some more answers to questions. But repeat and duplicate. So repeat what we're doing, duplicate with your team, and that's how you're going to see this growth. And that's coming from Melanie Mitro, who's the 2-time top #1 coach. Michelle Myers, who's been coaching since 2008, and she is just amazing. And Bonnie Engel, who blew up her business last year she was 2-star at this time last year, and now she's 15-star super, or 15 superstar diamond. And, they just took systems that their coaches gave them and they repeated them, they tweaked them to their personality, and they duplicated it with their teams. So this business is simple. It's not easy. It's simple to do. It's simple not to do. But I really think if you have a good base, if you believe in yourself and you can implement these 3 things into your business moving forward, you're going to see a ton of growth, and it's really exciting. So I would love to hear your takeaway. So post below here your #1 takeaway. And then if you want to share something you're focusing on, one thing you're taking away, and one thing you can do to go the extra mile, I would love to hear that and help cheer you on along the way. So I hope you guys have a great night, and I will see you next week.